Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast. I am Dustin.
And I'm Alex.
And welcome to the Remaster with brand new graphics.
Woo!
We're running at 1080p now for the, we're redoing The Witcher, our first ever episode.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
That sounded great.
Yeah. we have a mic now. It's not the best, but it's 10 times better than not having a mic and talking into a laptop. So with that being said,
10 times less awkward.
Or yes, we've done this for a little bit now.
Yeah, it's not our first time anymore.
Not our first rodeo.
Remember your first time?
That's not the comments.
I do. I do remember.
I remember you.
I remember watching you from the bushes.
So yeah, with that being said, as if you guys did tune in for the very first episode, you'll know that is Alex's favorite game of all time. So he is an expert on it.
Well, we'll see about that.
I've not very many, but I have some questions I'd like to ask and just get some information.
Yeah, so it's not going to be the exact same as we did.
Oh,
because I'm
definitely
guessing
not.
Yeah, and we're cool and stuff, you know. Whatever.
So
if you did listen to the first episode, you can still learn something new.
If you did listen to the first one, this is definitely something new. If you haven't listened to the first one, tough shit, I deleted it. I don't think we wanted that as our first ever podcast without a mic. That's just a deterrent, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should hop on into the world of The Witcher.
I'm ready and at the same time not ready, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Just like last time where I was wearing Witcher attire to blend into The Witcher, this time I forgot to use deodorant, so I smell like I'm in the Witcher universe.
Yeah.
He does.
But yeah, I have some questions for you to start.
All right,
so I figure I can rifle off my questions.
Woo, there's no rifles in The Witcher. Ha! See, I am an expert.
That's my first question. So, I figure we can answer these questions and then just kind of loop off from there. I'm sure we can make this 30-minute video into a 5-hour video.
Just like we did with the last one.
Yeah, Pokemon and the 20 questions one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy. So, I heard a little tweet from a little bird.
Damn.
Told me that there used to be this thing you could do where you would go to a field with cows.
Yes.
Okay, and you would kill cows.
Yes.
And you would take their hide or leather
Yes.
or whatever, and you would sell it for a fuck ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you wait a day and redo it. Now, apparently CD Projekt Red found out about this,
Mm-hmm.
and if you do that, you get attacked by who I'm calling the Cow Guardian. Who's just a giant monster where if you're too low level, it'll just destroy you. Is this like have you come across this beast?
Yeah, well, not by accident like most people, because in the beginning in White Orchard, this is in White Orchard, so you could actually still do it.
Okay.
You start off with money problems basically, because you never have enough money to buy food and like just anything. But players realized that they could make a lot of money by killing cows and selling their hide. And the cows respawn every time when you meditate for a couple hours. Like you could literally just stand in the field, meditate for a few hours, you wake up, there's cow bodies and there's new cows already. And you can keep doing it. The guards won't stop you because you're just killing cows, so it's all fine. And you can make money. And CD Projekt Red wanted to stop that because they want people to have a real experience and not start off with too much money. So their response was, after you do it a couple times of like killing, meditating, a giant chort will come charging at you and fucking destroy your ass. A chort is just like a fiend, only like the horns are a bit different. They're like ram horns instead of the fucking moose horns.
Antlers.
Yeah, the antlers. Yes, there we go.
Moose horns.
And I've heard about it, and then I tried it out to see if that works, and that is literally there. And they actually also created a card around it in the Gwent game, like not in the maybe it's also in the in-game Gwent card game, but in the like separate standalone Gwent game, they have a cow Gwent card, and if you kill it, it will summon a chort. So that's pretty fucking cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, that is a brilliant way to stop cheating. But my only thing I thought is so if you just, like, it's after a certain amount of time, I'm assuming, right? It's not random.
Yeah, like 3 to 4 times ish.
So what if you just like if you kill it, like say you do just somehow manage to kill it, does another one spawn if you keep doing it?
I haven't tried it out because when I tried it out, I was strong enough to murder it short. But then I was like, oh, this is cool, this is neat, and then I went on my way. So I didn't try and see if it pops up. But I did like a long time later wanted to show that to a friend of mine, and I don't know how much time passed or if there is time that needs to pass for that. But I tried it again and it worked again. So it might happen multiple times, but I'm not sure if that was. Maybe it was already a New Game Plus mode.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I think that's a great way of dealing with it.
It is fun. It's so fucking
this way,
great,
like
yeah.
the people who just like the update comes weren't expecting it.
Oh yeah.
They're just like, oh, I'm gonna go get a bunch of money, and no, the Cow Guardian.
And the ones that do hear about it, they try it out, and it's fucking funny and cool, and everybody just like applauds CD Projekt Red because it's like this is a great fun way to good job.
Yeah, I think that's definitely
They did another thing like that with the Taxman. I don't know if you were gonna ask me about that too. No. If you I don't remember if there's like a cheating way of getting into a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think there was like a way to make more money than you're supposed to. But what can happen is that when you're in Novigrad in the city, some guy approaches you and there's a cutscene that starts of him and Geralt talking, and he's the taxman, and he's asking you about your income. And I don't remember the outcome of that, or like if you have to like pay him back, or you go to jail or something, but I think you can actually just say no, I don't know what you're talking about, and everything's fine. But if you admit to it, you do have to like pay up or something. There's like a punishment for it.
That's another good one too.
That's another good one, yeah.
It gave you the option to keep being a greasy little bastard.
Yeah,
but
that's
if
right.
If you want to be honest, you're like, no man, I'm cheating. Fork it up, bud.
Yeah.
It's like Rossetti from Animal Crossing. There you go.
Exactly.
I also looked up some bugs,
and
I found one that would personally just be fucking hilarious.
Okay.
So I heard there's a bug with the storage system sometimes.
Okay.
Where you have like your storage where you can put all your shit in it. So I heard that some players were reporting that they were getting all their new fancy loot. They weren't quite good, like high enough level to use yet. They're really excited to use it. And putting it in the chest. The chest wasn't letting them take anything back.
What?
Yeah, so apparently...
I have not heard of that. No.
Yeah, I was looking at the Wikipedia, bug list, and they were mostly, pretty minor for the most part, but this one was... I was like, that would suck. Like, you do, one of, those, those Easter hunts or whatever? The egg hunts?
Treasure hunts?
Treasure hunts?
Yeah.
And you get, the schoolgirl armor or whatever the fuck it was called.
Schoolgirl armor?
Yeah, there's one called,
School gear. Like the cat, School of the Cat.
I thought it was called Schoolgirl for some reason.
I think that's your dyslexia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That, and there's, the wolf one.
Yeah.
But I just imagine if you caught, one of those, and, you're too low level, so you just threw it in there because you didn't want to take up inventory space. And then you can just never get it back. It's just, it's not like you can reacquire the armor.
No. Well, I guess you can get, if you have the diagram, you can...
That's true.
Smith it
again, but it takes a lot of resources.
Yeah, a similar bug that prohibits me from getting the platinum ever is in those treasure side quests. There's sometimes it happens, and it happened to me in one quest. It happened to Asia actually in another, where you are at the spot where the treasure is supposed to be, and maybe you can even see the treasure chest, but it's not there, so the last thing that you need to do is open the treasure, take it, and the quest is complete, and you can't do it. And you can you can autoload an older save if you want to, but it doesn't work.
Oh.
It doesn't change it. And yeah, I think we would just have to start a new game for that too.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, especially when you have almost all the trophies, and this is one of the things that you're never gonna get. So I don't want to start all the way over just to get that one fucking treasure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Or in that case, I would have still to get all the treasures. Yeah. Oh well.
It's a lot of work to get that button then.
Yeah.
So I have more questions.
Okay.
So to be honest, I totally forgot to write this stuff down.
Schoolgirl.
This is very last minute. Very last schoolgirl. I'm wearing a little skirt and just running around. Comes with a fucking a skipping animation. A little flower basket.
And 2 pigtails for Geralt.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did this pretty last minute, so I don't have much, but
Mhm.
we'll expand.
Yeah.
We'll expand. My next thing is
I can feel it expanding.
I found some cool stuff.
Yeah.
So I heard that there is a cave that you can go to.
Okay.
Where
party trolls.
It's where Geralt became a Witcher and was like tortured and stuff.
Ooh.
And you can go into this cave, and it comes up with like Geralt like reveals a lot of like his training and like some stories from when he was still a kid and being put in there, and like apparently there's like a bunch of like dead children and stuff in there, and yeah, it's near the Kaer Morhen.
Okay, that might be the bastion.
Yeah, I'm not positive.
Yeah, like you walk around and you can actually like watch like because you have a magic lamp that'll show you the spirits, whatever, and you can actually watch like a ghost boy and a ghost witcher talk to each other and some training shit and stuff. Yeah, and they all got murdered. Yes,
and it's like the grass trial. That was
the trials of the grass. Yeah.
So Geralt like reflects back on it and like talks about it a little bit.
Right. I remember a cave where you stumble upon all the like equipment that they used. The trials of the grass is actually it's not a test or anything. It's just them being pumped full with chemicals and stuff. Yeah, and I think it's like 9 out of 10 kids that die. Yeah, and even the ones that survive sometimes have like misfigured some things.
Yeah.
Like Geralt's actually was really lucky because his side effect from the mutations was the white hair. Yeah, so I was like, okay,
I'm cool with it.
Could be fucking worse. Could be only one eye or whatever.
Oh shit.
But yeah, the lore of how the Witchers were made is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I went into a little bit of depth on how fucking dark it is.
Yeah.
You thought the Imperials were bad, taking children and turning them into freaking stormtroopers.
And the way it works with with how the Witchers choose is it's also pretty interesting. So Witchers always work for money. They never work for fucking free. What happens is let's say there's a farmer and he's on his way home and he's being attacked by a couple ghouls, and a Witcher happens to be nearby, so he kills the ghouls. And he obviously killed them before there was a deal done.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, I want some money for that, for the job that I just did, for saving your fucking life. And the farmer obviously was like, I don't really have much. And then the Witcher says, like, you go home now, and the first thing you lay eyes up on is going to be mine. Or another alternative way is like, go home and give me that what you don't expect. Which means like they come home. It's like when soldiers that are in the war, like they come home and their wife is pregnant, so they have to give up the baby to the Witcher.
Actually?
Yeah. Or they come home and the first thing they see is their family, so they give the kid to the Witcher, and that's how they take them to the schools and train them to be Witchers and give them the mutations.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
That's where the superstition came that Witchers are kidnapping children. And you get that a lot when you play the game. You get a lot of people commenting on it, like you're monsters. You kidnap children and shit. So there's some truth to that, but it's not entirely like that.
Well, I mean, they still take kids to essentially kill them.
Yeah. There's one story. It's Lambert's origin story, and that's like a spoiler for Lambert's story. But he only mentions it like when you talk to him during a little mission that you do with him. Lambert's another Witcher from the Skull of the Wolf, and he talks about how his father was drunk and he was always abusing his mother and beating him too. And one day he came, he was on his way home from the pub, and he stumbled into a nest of knackers, and the Witcher killed the monsters and saved his life. And so that's how Lambert was taken from his home to be a Witcher, because this Witcher saved his drunk deadbeat dad's life. And that's why Lambert is kind of pissed about this whole being a Witcher business, because he should have just let him die. That guy was an asshole.
Yeah.
And his life was spared, and he was forced to be like a mutated monster.
Which, is that a bad thing that he's a Witcher?
Well, I guess to us it's cool as fuck, cause like you have superpowers and you're special and cool, but we didn't get tortured.
True. Super true.
Yeah, like nobody forces you to even go to the gym, so imagine that, and then being like poisoned this whole time.
Yeah.
Until your eyes turn to cat eyes.
Ew. So I seen another cool thing. I don't know how this one works.
Okay.
But I heard there's like this tower you can go to,
Mm-hmm.
and up in the tower you can see a black unicorn.
Okay.
Now I couldn't.
That's new.
I didn't. I'm gonna Google it right now quickly.
Okay.
Because
as we all know, black unicorns are inferior to white unicorns.
Jesus.
It's interesting because unicorns are extinct in the time of the game, which means they were a thing at some point. And Yennefer has a stuffed unicorn on which Yennefer and Geralt have sex on.
Yes. Where was that?
Unicorns, for those people who don't know, are corn that have just one union where they all band together. I'm just trying to put some time while you Google it.
Maybe it was referring to the weapon, the black unicorn.
There is a weapon that's called that, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, and you just read black unicorn?
Well, yeah, it said up in the weapon. I mean, it said up on the page. It was like, you can go up into this tower and, like, out the window or something like that, you could see a black unicorn. So obviously I'm not going to think it's a sword.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm literally thinking, like, there's, like, a black devilish unicorn running amok in the woods.
Yeah.
But no,
That'd
apparently
cool.
it's just a weapon that's lame.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that I wrote that now.
The only black horse that's devilish is if you free the spirit of the willow, let it possess a black mare, and then that spirit will murder a whole village. But save the orphans, because it promised to deal with you. But then because the orphans are saved, those witches kill another person. That's important for a plot, but that's okay. Ooh, should we pause it?
You just keep going.
Okay, so Dustin is getting a call, which, by the way, doesn't happen in The Witcher because they don't have phones there. And yet, there's this one sorceress, Kira Metz, and in a side quest, she gives you a thingamajig, has a special name on it, and it's a box that she can talk through to you, but and you can talk back to her, but you can't start the conversation. She's the one who has to start it. So it's basically like a walkie-talkie or a cell phone. So maybe I was lying when I said there is no phones in The Witcher, because apparently Kira fucking Metz got one. Kira Metz is a great character. She's a witch and she has some business to deal with, and you can either kill her, let her go and get murdered by witch hunters, or save her and bring her to Kaer Morhen, where she will help you defeat the Wild Hunt, and then at the end get together with Lambert. Remember that guy with the daddy issues? That one. Speaking of daddy issues, Dustin, you're back.
Oh yes, I'm back.
I did entertain the masses a little bit, some nonsense.
What's the nonsense?
It was still Witcher related, so they learned something.
That's
you
good.
Didn't.
I didn't learn it. No.
Yeah.
I
What was
kinda
it?
talk quietly
Can we
about
talk
it.
about? Can we talk about it? Who it was?
Oh yeah, it was just my wife.
What did she want?
She wanted to know what we were doing
Okay.
and to let me know she was on her
Helicopter
way back
match?
from school.
Oh shit, we better fucking hurry.
Oh no, we have lots of time.
Well, what's your next fucking question?
My next question. Well, I gotta think of one.
I thought you wrote stuff down.
I did. I did not write as much as I thought I wrote down.
Okay.
I was Googling it last week. But, I mean, so, to start off with my next questions.
Okay.
So, in the main area that you start in, White Orchard, one of, like, the first enemies you kind of fight is ghouls and drowners.
Yes.
Now, what exactly are drowners? I actually don't know. I didn't read the lore of this stuff. Are they, like, what the hell is a drowner?
Alright, so here's the thing. This will explain what all the monsters are.
Oh, okay.
Because all of them are from different dimensions.
Oh.
And the Witcher universe was created during the conjunction of the spheres. That's what they call it. This is when suddenly in this world where we play in, this is not planet Earth. This is just a planet that existed. The elves and the dwarves were there. No, the dwarves lived there first, I think, and then the elves were the first that came through a portal and then occupied like most of the like woodsy areas and forests and shit. And then during the conjunction of the spheres, there was a bunch of shit bunch of portals that opened that brought in humans and ghouls and vampires and werewolves. These are all creatures from other dimensions.
Okay.
From other planes of existences. I mean, the ghosts are like the wraiths are obviously like dead people and stuff, but like the whole like magic that exists, that all came by from like that one cosmic event.
Interesting. That's actually a very interesting way of bringing it in. That's pretty unique. Yeah. I must say, I do like that.
Vampires are the most interesting one to me because there are several different types of vampires. The ones that are like more like animals with just wild instincts, and the ones that are very highly educated that talk. They're like humans, or like at least they look like humans because they want to blend in.
Yeah.
And just knowing that they're from another world instead of like they're undead bloodsuckers, makes it so much more interesting to me. They're just because they all just when the portals opened, everybody was like forced through it. It was like kind of like a collision of worlds, and then the portals closed, so they can't go home. They're all stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how long ago did that happen in the Witcher universe?
Long as fucking time.
So no one alive would remember it.
No one during the games, no.
No one during the games.
No one during the games. Like during the book, I think there's like stories like it's just like in history when we think of like back in the fucking Victorian age and even longer, like the Egyptian fucking era. So that's where because there's a book. It's like a Witcher guide that I have, and it talks about how it's the dragons that tell the tale.
Okay.
Because they're the oldest creatures, so somehow like they know about everything. They know who was there first. Like, Because they lived this whole time, so they've seen everything. So they're the best ones to tell the tale. They like explain how like the humans just started conquering shit and the elves at first were all like just like, alright, let's just see where this goes, and we're like settling back because they didn't want to clash with them, but now they're getting a bit pissy that like all their like forests are being fucking burned to the ground by humans.
Yeah.
And now they're fighting back with their own like rebel unit called the Sky as Hell.
I can't say I've seen any elves when I first played.
You probably didn't. Oh, maybe you just didn't. I guess you were just in White Orchard?
Yeah, and a little bit in like the main city. I did like the botchling stuff.
Yeah. There's more elves in Novigrad. They look pretty much the same, except they have like these pointy ears and a bit more elongated eyes. There's like at least one. There's one mission that's nice because it's very based on your timing. It's a bunch of asshole humans that trapped an elven lady in her house and they're burning down the hut.
Oh shit!
And this one time I stumbled upon it and I tried to beat them, but I was too low level for it.
Oh,
I wasn't balanced. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just come by later. And I loaded this spot before I encountered them, right?
Yeah.
And just a spot would come by later. And I couldn't find the house other than like a bit of a burnt down area. And then I realized this was an event. This is a timed event, basically. I couldn't just fuck around forever. She burned down and died because I wasn't doing that quest soon enough.
Oh shit!
And it wasn't like a quest that you like go and find and then go. It's just a thing that you stumble upon. And then you have to deal with it.
That's actually really cool.
And you could at that time you could also just say, oh, nothing, don't worry about it, and just go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could also just kill them and then save her.
I must say I do love it when games do random encounters.
Yeah.
Those are so much fun. Is there much of those in The Witcher, like just like random NPCs that will run up to you? that's totally unscripted. It's just random.
There's a couple of them that are like that. There's at least one where it's like an ambush. Or like there's a lady with like and her fucking cart is like her wagon is knocked over, and she's like, "Can you help me?" And you go down from a horse, and suddenly there's a bunch of bandits coming at you. Yeah.
So those random encounters really can make a game 10 times better.
Yeah, because that all just like it forces you to go and explore because nobody tells you go there for that event. You just stumble upon it.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, but yeah, just when it's totally out of the way, it feels like it's just part of like the world is alive around you. It really kind of adds like that in-depth feel to it.
And there's the all the racism against like the elves that you encounter.
Yeah.
Like there was one in Novigard where I just walked by and there was two guys harassing a female elf, and I stepped in and I said, "You guys get the fuck up." And they just said, "Oh, you were just an asshole too because you were a mutant and whatnot." And then they left because I could beat them up and they didn't wanna. And then the elf was like, I was like, "All right, do you want to say thank you or something?" And she was like, "Thank you for fucking what? They're gonna just come back anyways. What are you gonna do? It's not gonna just fucking stop just because you did this now." Yeah, so it's like pretty real. It's not like, "Oh, you saved me, my lord. Here's my vagina." You
should have just murdered them.
Yeah.
Right there on the.
Yeah, right in the middle of the city and being hunted down by the guards.
Actually, that's one thing I did not understand. There's a theft system.
Yeah, if there's guards nearby, you can't steal because you can't steal, but they'll get mad. It's basically like in Skyrim.
Yeah, but it works 10 times better in Skyrim.
Because there's an eye that you can watch?
Well, no, because there's a stealth system in Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
And it's part of a tech tree. Or not tech tree, but...
Yeah, Witcher's not stealthy.
A perk tree. This is more like, you're some big bumbling idiot walking through the street.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm gonna take these apples. And then I just thought, there's a container I can loot. And then all of a sudden I'm being hunted down like a fucking rabid dog.
Yeah.
So... I really hated that, actually. I kind of really wish they didn't put that in the game, because it doesn't make sense to have that in there if you can't have a stealth build.
Yeah, what else, it's also like none of the NPCs, like in the not guarded areas, none of these NPCs say anything when you trot in and be like, yeah, I'll help you, they pay you, and then you steal all their shit. They'll be like, oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
At first I was always worried about stealing people's food and going through their shit, but... Yeah, they don't care.
Which is weird. Like, I just don't see the point in adding stuff like that.
But in the end, maybe they're just fucking scared of you.
True, but you think that at least then it would create, like, a controversy.
Yeah.
Maybe people in the village would be like, that Witcher man stole my frying pans.
That's right. Yeah, that's something they could have fleshed out a bit more.
Because, I mean, like, if they do it in Skyrim, if you steal stuff in Skyrim, like, people will start calling you a thief.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a way older game with not as good of everything.
And I wish they would have expanded more on the like whole stigma on Witchers too, because there's only a few quests where people try to swindle you or try to like insult you because you're different, but they don't really use it up enough. I think I wanted more of that, like, these people hate me, but I need to help them because that's my livelihood.
Yeah.
I wanted more of that feel.
One thing I would have loved to have seen, and I mean, they very well could have, I might not have got there yet, but you were talking about the little deals they would make to get kids.
Yes.
What if you could do that?
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
If there was a quest for, like, maybe not even just a quest, but like where you could just like take someone's child and just take it to Kaer Morhen.
Yeah, like you haggle either for money or for a child. But the thing is, they stopped making Witchers. That's why I guess that doesn't make sense anymore.
Why did they stop making Witchers?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, why not? It's getting hard to steal babies.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of Witchers, but then people just, for some reason, people just got more scared of the Witchers than the monsters, or they got so religious because they went towards the eternal fire, which is some kind of religion where they just murder witches and dopplers and sorcerers and witchers and everything that's kind of magical, because they're so superstitious, because like they think that that working with magic is what brought the monsters in, even though it was the whole event thing. So, and maybe just because like a lot of Witcher schools got attacked too by like rebel groups, and a lot of people got murdered.
Interesting. Lots of backlash against them.
Yeah. So the ones that are just left, they just don't want to deal with it.
So you were saying in our first video that only males can be Witchers, and Ciri's kind of like the odd exception.
Yeah, although she's not
a full Witcher.
Yeah, because she's not gone through the mutations.
So what would happen if the guy did like the whole "give me what you're least expecting" thing, and is given a female?
They wouldn't take her.
Yeah, just be like, put it back in.
Yeah, put it back in. Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't take her.
So why is it that females can't be Witchers?
I think it's just a sexist thing. I think it's just them thinking that men are stronger.
Fair enough.
Because it is still like in the medieval-ish era.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
I'm pretty sure they could still do it and go through the mutations and stuff. They chose not to.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we don't listen to the old tales.
Yeah. We don't listen to the old tales. I think we're gonna make this a 2-part video.
Ooh.
So, or video.
Or a 2-fart video.
2-part. You said video too. See, I'm not alone. A 2-part listening session. I don't know what to call it. 2-part podcast.
A podcast. We could call it that. Let's call this a podcast.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. Good.
We need a name. We need a flashy name. Dustin and the Goon.
There we go. Does anyone even know the real name? We just call Dustin the Goon all the time.
Fandom fantasies.
Yes, don't Google that.
Because we like to fantasize about fandoms.
There you go.
Do Google it, please.
But yeah, so thank you for listening today. This is going to be part 1 of our Witcher episode. We were going to do a part 2, and I'm going to have plenty of questions to ask next time.
Special guest, Dustin's wife.
I believe she actually doesn't want to come on for an episode, actually.
She does?
Yeah, she does.
What does she want to talk about?
Let's tease it. Let's tease it. She wants to go on about the Kingdoms of Amalur. She wants to talk about that, and most likely probably some World of Warcraft and Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2 I'd be down for.
She's a fucking beast at Titanfall.
World of Warcraft would be fun. I have something. If you wouldn't want to do like a special Kingdoms of Amalur just with her, that's fine too, because I have nothing to say. I have no idea about the game.
Can't not be there.
You do not sound enthused. Don't leave me alone with that mad woman.
You're breaking my heart. Annie.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to say goodbye to people.
Alright.
Make sure you leave us a like if you liked it. If you didn't, if you can dislike it, don't do that, please.
Always have the high ground.
Oh, we always have the high ground.
Don't estimate our powers.
And, well, yeah. If I learned anything from the sequels, don't underestimate my power. And mostly, though, have the high ground.
Yeah.
Have the
Sand
high ground.
goes everywhere.
Sand gets everywhere. Well, that being said, peace.